News, Republicans say yes when Hunter Biden's ex-business associate Devin Archer told the House Oversight Committee that then Vice President Biden got on the phone with his son's business clients at least 20 times. And committee chairman James Comer tells Fox a Ukrainian energy company was involved.
That Hunter Biden was under immense pressure while they both served on the Burisma board to call Washington, D.C. immediately and try to get Shokin fired. That's the Ukrainian prosecutor.
Now, that prosecutor was fired, though President Biden says under international pressure over corruption. Fox's Brooke Singman reports.
The White House is rejecting Comer's conclusions from the hearing, telling me, quote, it appears that the House Republicans' own much-hyped witness today testified that he never heard of President Biden discussing business with his son or his son's associates or doing anything wrong.
A police officer was shot late last night in Whittier, California, trying to pull a car over. That led to a gunfight. A suspect was also injured and is in custody. As for the officer, Whittier's mayor posted on Facebook she's in good spirits. A gunman was critically injured in Memphis, Tennessee, after Fox's Gernal Scott reports he tried to shoot his way into a Jewish school.
The suspect was seen outside the Margolin Hebrew Academy attempting to enter the building. When he could not, he fired several shots outside. The school gave police a photo of the suspect and a description of his truck. Assistant Chief Don Crow said Memphis officers did find and stop that vehicle.
He immediately emerged out of the vehicle with a gun in his hand, and that resulted in an officer discharging his duty weapon.
In Pittsburgh, a jury will today consider a life or death sentence for Robert Bowers, who massacred 11 Jewish worshippers at a synagogue in 2018. Team USA fit to be tied at the Women's Soccer World Cup.
That's going to do it. Wow.
The final call on Fox Sports after a draw with Portugal. Good enough for the American women to advance to the next round. America's listening to Fox News.
Starting August 22nd, the U.S. dollar may have new competition from a new global supercurrency backed by Russia and China. And if the dollar plummets, your retirement could follow. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. I recommend a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit on gold by texting the word SHELTER to 989898. I encourage you to act before August 22nd. Text SHELTER to 989898 to get your free information kit on gold now.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Trump staffer Carlos de Oliveira is due back in court later this month to be arraigned, provided he finds a Florida-based lawyer.
He is the third defendant charged in this classified documents case. Prosecutors allege that de Oliveira, who served as Mar-a-Lago's head of maintenance, lied about helping to move boxes of documents and assisted in an attempt to delete security camera footage from the estate after it had been subpoenaed. His charges came in Thursday's superseding indictment. Special counsel Jack Smith also brought 3 new felony charges against former President Trump in that.
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff outside the court. The former president posted on Truth Social he expects that same special counsel, Jack Smith, to indict him again any day now, calling Smith deranged and involved in prosecutorial misconduct, interfering with the election. Smith's also been investigating the former president over his efforts to overturn the 2020 election and the Capitol riot. Someone who was a Princeton University student at the time of the riot, January 6, 2021, is in trouble.
22-year-old Larry Giberson of Manahawkin, New Jersey, pleaded guilty to interfering with police during a civil disorder based on his actions during the riot. Court filings indicate that he helped wave other rioters into a tunnel at the Capitol's Lower West Terrace as they attacked officers in that tunnel. An FBI agent's affidavit stated Giberson tried to start a chant of "drag them out" concerning the officers and also cheered on those attacking the police with pepper spray and weapons. Giberson will remain free until he's sentenced on November 1st. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
As tributes were pouring in over Pee Wee Herman star Paul Rubin's death, another actor found dead, Angus Cloud, who starred in the HBO series Euphoria.
Cloud's mother called 911 yesterday morning, reporting a possible overdose after finding her son without a pulse at their family home in Oakland, California. The 25-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene.
That's Fox's Jackie Ibanez. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. I'm Joe Miller. National Weather Service confirming at least 6 tornadoes hitting northern Illinois Friday, 2 hitting Kankakee County, including one near Kankakee, another in Moments. One funnel cloud traveled from far north Minooka to Shorewood to the west side of Joliet. The other started in central Minooka, heading towards the east of Des Plaines River. Governor Pritzker pushing an effort designed to advance public safety and criminal justice reform of the state. He signed a bill implementing mandatory supervised release reforms. Legislation supports the reintegration of individuals into the community while lowering the possibility of recidivism and lowering taxpayer cost. Electronic cigarettes soon to be banned from being used in indoor public spaces in Illinois. The governor signed the ban into law Friday. It adds electronic smoking devices to the Smoke-Free Illinois Act, which bans smoking in most public spaces in the state. Law goes into effect January 1st. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller, and good morning, ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie Jay. Diane Ducey is the morning off. Meteorologist Greg Soye now brought to you by Carl. Carl.org, Carl.org. They got school physicals going on. You want to work for Carl, Carl.org. All right, meteorologist Greg Soye. Beautiful morning across East Central Illinois, my friend.
Yeah, temperatures are comfortable. Humidity levels are certainly down. Those dew points down some 20 degrees from what they were at their highest here last week, along with the temperatures. We'll get a little modest boost on both categories around here over the next few days, and some intermittent to increased rainfall prospects as well, with a pattern shift, as mentioned, to cooler and certainly wetter. We'll see what happens with crop growth and development, but certainly ample opportunity for additional moisture recharge and maybe some drought relief too for parts of the Plains and Corn Belt in the coming next couple of weeks as we welcome in this new month of August, which features readings of 59 now over at Danville, to 62 at the Kankakee. By the time they hit Bloomington, almost 65. They're in the lower 70s, muggier air and rain west of St. Louis, but that's moving away from us. 61 now over at Willett and Savoy on a light east to southeasterly wind. Lots of sunshine for the day today, maybe a little high mid-level cloud to the west and south horizon, and high at about 86. That's pretty much average for this August 1. On a light east wind, increasing clouds tonight, 62. Tomorrow, partly sunny. A little more humidity in the air. It may breed a stray late morning or late afternoon shower thunderstorm. South winds at a high at about 81. Down tomorrow night into the mid-60s. A couple of widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, and rubber stamp it rainfall-wise for the day on Thursday. Hit and miss both morning and late afternoon at 88. We'll flirt with 90 on a muggy Friday, but then over the weekend, back to seasonal levels. Couple of showers around, not a complete wash by any means. 86 on Saturday, 83 on Sunday. Comfortable weather. Good part of next week. We'll lead off with Monday highs. Next week into the lower 80s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solye.
Speaking to the House Oversight Committee yesterday, Archer revealed that Hunter put his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, on speakerphone while meeting with foreign business partners at least 20 times. Archer claims the president was put on the phone to sell, quote, the brand. Now, in a statement, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said Devin Archer's testimony today confirms Joe Biden lied to the American people when he said he had no knowledge about his son's business dealings and was not involved. Joe Biden was the brand that his son sold around the world to enrich the Biden family.
Well, he's the executive director, American Principles Project, GOP strategist Terry Schilling. Nothing to see here, Terry. We're wasting our time.
Stevie J, you're exactly right.
No, I mean, it's all Joe Biden has to do is say, I forgot. Okay? So leave me alone. I'm 80. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
It's just crazy.
It's out of control, right? So you have to rewind just a few days. This is all moving so quickly. So this weekend, the Department of Justice issued a letter saying that they wanted to put Devin Archer in jail earlier than scheduled, all ahead of his scheduled testimony before the House GOP. And they wanted to prevent him from being able to sing like a bird and to show where all the bodies are buried. So then you fast forward to them actually having the hearing, the testimony, and he comes out with all of this information about how Joe Biden is at the center of this. He's the brand that they're selling overseas. Now, here's what really gets me going, Stevie, is that the DOJ, they did a whole investigation and then ended up impeaching Trump for investigating Joe Biden on the accusations that we're finding out were actually true, right? So the accusations were that Joe Biden was using his leverage and power with Hunter to sell influence in Ukraine with Burisma, and he wanted to investigate that. Now it's coming out that we actually should have investigated that, and they impeached over it. But then here's where it really gets crazy. They're right now prosecuting Donald Trump as a political opponent. So, it wasn't that it was Joe Biden's corruption. It was that he was investigating a political opponent. And now what is Joe Biden and his Department of Justice doing? They're investigating and prosecuting his political opponent. When are we going to impeach Joe Biden? I mean, out of the claims here that we actually know are true and also prosecuting your political opponent, I think we have a case for impeachment now.
Well, I'm kind of conflicted here because I get it, what happened, but I kind of want Joe to be the candidate. I mean, drop boxes are gone in Wisconsin. I'm hoping they're gone in Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, some of the other places. But Joe Biden, there's a ton of Democrats that don't want Joe Biden to be president. So, I mean, is that the best candidate to go against the Republicans this coming year?
I think, look, as crazy as it sounds, I'm actually scared of Joe Biden running for re-election.
Really?
They have artificial intelligence now. They can recreate campaign ads without him ever having to leave his basement for real. He wouldn't even have to turn on the video camera in the basement or record anything. They can make him sound like an absolute genius and make him sound like the moderate. We are in an age where we can be totally fooled because CNN, MSNBC, all of these, corrupt media apparatuses are going to cover for him. And so I would much rather, if it's going to be Donald Trump on our side, I would much rather it be Michelle Obama.
What? You're the first human that would ever. Michelle Obama would win. So would Oprah. I mean, I don't think. I'm telling you, are you kidding me? Michelle Obama? She'd get 900 million votes, and part of China would vote. I mean, come on, no way.
Hear me out. On that debate stage, the only person that's going to say what needs to be said and attack where you're, quote, not supposed to attack is Donald Trump. Right, but I think this Hunter Biden stuff is all about having leverage over Joe Biden so that they can get him out when they need and replace him with the candidate that they want to replace him with. I think that's what this is all about. And so we have to prepare that it's not going to be Joe Biden that's the nominee. It's going to be someone else. It's going to be Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama, someone different. And we need to prepare for that because it's a very real situation.
Well, I think Gavin Newsom, you have to fact check him every 10 minutes. But, I mean, he's slick. He looks good. He speaks well. I mean, I'd be afraid of Gavin Newsom. Listen, if they have drop boxes, I'm afraid of anybody. I just don't trust it. Also, our governor, J.B. Pritzker, who wants to be president, signed into law that illegal immigrants can be police officers. What? Did you see that?
It seems like a conflict of interest.
Well,
but,
I mean, can I go to China, sneak in, and become an officer of the law in China? What are we doing? They got to become citizens first. Learn a little about America, and then we're arming them. That's a fact. It's signed into law, and now illegals can apply in the way they've defunded police, or at least badmouth police. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm sorry, Stevie, I haven't lived in Illinois for 10 years, right? I was born and raised there. Are things just so corrupted that there's just no stopping? I mean, that sounds like absolute lunacy. There's no sanity left in the Democratic Party there?
Pretty much. It's just, I'm telling you, and sadly, the solution is Tennessee, Indiana. A lot of people are moving out of Illinois. They've just thrown up their arms. And listen, we've had issues in Chicago for a very long time politically. But at downstate Illinois, we're just different folks down south of I-80, as you know, Terry. I don't know. It feels impossible. Divine intervention is about all I got here. It's the most important thing. We got to come back to God in Illinois and America. But allowing illegals that have just gotten into America to become law enforcement, only in Illinois, by the way, it made national news.
But not illegals. You're talking cartel members.
Oh, sure.
Right? So cartel
how dare you?
You
You bigot. How dare you call that person who's a cartel member? Come on, man.
No. The normal illegal immigrants, they're just going to go to the work sites and, do their jobs and go to the Home Depot parking lots. What we're talking about is you're giving an opening for cartel members to get in the country and then take over the Illinois, local police forces. This is insane.
This is why your voice is a different octave. You do express the frustration all of us have. It's just, how can people find Terry Schilling, Executive Director, American Principles Project?
You know what? We have a really important petition right now on our website. It's protectkids.us, and it's to protect them from all the attempts to, indoctrinate them from the Biden administration. But protectkids.us, or follow me on social media at Schilling1776 across all the platforms.
SCHILLING. Terry, a pleasure as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Stevie.
All right, ESPN 93.5, 7:16. The Cardinals back in action tonight. What will their lineup look like? Because we don't know. The trade deadline ends at 5 Central this afternoon.
The Cardinals enjoyed their first off day since the All-Star break yesterday following Sunday's 3-0 win against the Cubs. Despite losing 3 of 4 in that series, the Cardinals have won 11 of their last 19 games. Tonight, they open up a 3-game midweek series playing host to the Twins. The Cardinals have not announced their starter, but Miles Mikolas is a strong possibility. He's 6-6 with a 4.38 ERA. He has one career start against the Twins in 2018. He did not earn a decision, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits in 4 2/3 innings. The Twins opened the series with Pablo Lopez. He's 5-6 with a 4.13 ERA. He's looking for his first win since July 5th. Lopez is 1-2 with a 3.16 ERA in 4 career starts against the Cardinals. The last series between the Cardinals and Twins was around this time of the year in 2021 when the Cardinals took 2 of 3. First pitch tonight is set for 6:45 with our coverage beginning at 5:50. For the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Matt Pauley.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
All right, baseball on the north side of Chicago. The Cubbies lose to the Cincinnati Reds, who now have opened a 1.5-game lead. Milwaukee got beat at Washington. And so now the Cincinnati Reds, Joey Votto's in the lineup. He's a long-time, 40-year-old player for the Reds, just legendary hitter. He's got more service time than everybody else on that team combined. This is a young team. Cincinnati 6, Chicago 5 last night. All right, trade deadline again at 5 o'clock tonight. Expect more trades. The Cardinals expected possibly to trade up to 4 or 5 more players before 5 tonight. Time for weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District, Urbana Parks, urbanaparks.org. It's a beautiful morning across East Central Illinois.
Welcome, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Pretty much par for the course. Early August weather. Yeah, welcome to the new month. Temperatures right around seasonal norms for the foreseeable future, and some intermittent rainfall chances as well. Signs of a little bit of a cooler and wetter scenario building into the area here late next week and beyond. In the meantime, mostly sunny for the day today. High temperature up around 86 degrees on a light east wind. Increasing clouds tonight will bottom out at 62. Tomorrow there may be an isolated shower thunderstorm around both morning and into the later afternoon. Spotty coverage high around 81. Tomorrow night, a couple of widely spaced showers and thunderstorms and a low down to 66. And a partly sunny, more humid Thursday. Got a couple of widely spaced showers, thunderstorms morning and late afternoon. Highs up to 88. We'll get close to 90 on Friday. Settle back into the low to mid 80s for the weekend. A couple of spotty showers expected and pleasant weather expected here for early next week with daytime temperatures in the lower 80s. Overnight readings down into the lower 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
And my farmer friend said we could use a little rain. A little soaking rain would help. Currently in Champaign, Urbana, temperature sits at a beautiful 63 degrees. ESPN 93.5.
UC Bank, leading the way to your financial wellness. No matter where your financial journey begins, Pathways banking options at Busey are designed with your goals in mind. Busey Bank, building strong financial futures, one family, one street, one city at a time. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Uber Technologies earnings are stronger than forecast. The stock is rallying. It made its first profit earlier than expected. Uber is seeing more demand for trips, and it's been able to attract more drivers. Also, hotel company Marriott reported better than predicted earnings and revenue. But JetBlue is warning it will likely lose money in the current quarter. The airline, which has mostly domestic flights, is competing with demand for international long-haul travel. JetBlue also is being impacted by the loss of its Northeast alliance with American Airlines. Caterpillar saw strong demand for its machines in the recent quarter. Its earnings topped expectations by a wide margin. Caterpillar says it saw higher sales volume and it was able to charge more. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
5 inches of rain by tomorrow.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
Well, if you're going to sell your home, you certainly want somebody who has done it in good times and bad, and the market certainly is different. Many agents who got started during the hot market have not dealt with what they're dealing with, higher interest rates. But maybe you go to Nate Evans and the Nate Evans Group, and maybe they can help you get it sold at the right time at the right price.
Well, you don't want to let bad advice and working with inexperienced agents cost you thousands of dollars. Nate has experience on his side, and you can trust him and his team, so you should call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113. Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty can get you that immediate cash offer on your home. Offers flexible fees as you sell your home for the most money possible. Just talk about your timeline, maybe even explore some of the coming soon program that'll soon be on the market. Yeah, just do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
It's Emily Atkins. She owns something called Happy Healing. Tell me about what you have planned coming up.
September 9th, we have our spiritual spa day. So we have 3 wellness practitioners coming. We have Brenda, who does sound bowl healings with crystal bowls. We have Drea, who does facials. And we have Emily, who does massages. So we'll be selling tickets, and so you'll have a half hour of each, and then I'll be there and we can make candles too.
So it's going to be just a very relaxing, wonderful time together.
Absolutely, absolutely. We only have 12 tickets available.
And it's what, $400 or $500?
No, it's only $200.
For all of that?
Exactly.
So you're talking facial, massage, the crystal bowls,
yes,
which is going to relax and maybe put them to sleep.
Exactly.
And then they might make candles.
Exactly. And you'll walk out feeling like the best version of yourself. You can go to the website, happyhealing.us, or my Instagram, happyhealing_center.
Pepsi-Cola Champaign-Urbana Bottling is getting summer started with some fresh new products. Take a break from the sun and get a taste of cool, crisp, refreshing, starry lemon lime flavored soda. Stay hydrated with Gatorade's new Fast Twitch energy drink and get your daily source of vitamin A and C with Gatorade Fit. Find your afternoon pick-me-up with Starbucks Caramel and White Chocolate Mocha Frappuccino mini cans. Order these delicious beverages and everything else with Pepsi-Cola Champaign-Urbana Bottling Company. Visit PepsiColaCU.com.
Here's your OSF Healthcare Medical Minute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nishant Valam-Setla. I specialize in pulmonary and critical care medicine at OSF, Heart of Mary Medical Center. If you find yourself getting out of breath more easily than before, or even when you are doing routine activities, it may indicate that you may have a lung issue. Especially in warmer months, breathing issues like asthma or COPD can become heightened and more prevalent. The great news is there are many steps you can take to help your lungs. If your breathing issues are getting in your way of enjoying your summer, our dedicated team is here to help. Our team looks forward to caring for you and your family, whether that's through our pulmonology outpatient clinic or at the OSF Heart of Mary Medical Center critical care units. Please visit our website to learn more about me and our team at osfhealthcare.org.
For more information, visit osfhealthcare.org.
All right, ESPN 93.5. I am Stevie Jay. Diane's off today. It is 7:25. Well, you heard me right. If you just tuned in, Governor J.B. Pritzker, the esteemed governor of Illinois, signed into law that illegals can be police officers in the great state of Illinois. Yeah, I don't even, words are that I don't know what to say. You're going to come in here illegally, and now we're going to arm you with arresting citizens. Well, let's check in what Chapin Rose, our senator here locally, had to say on the Senate floor in Springfield.
Senator Anderson just raised a great point about, the oaths that we take to uphold the state constitution, also the federal United States Constitution. You have to actually change federal law for this to be legal. But put all that aside for a minute. Why on earth would we, the most important power of any government, the most important power that must be conferred with absolute concern for how it is employed and how it can be abused, is the power to arrest. We listen every day in this building to debates about the police powers of the state of Illinois. And yet here we are conferring the police power, the ability to arrest a citizen of the state of Illinois, or frankly, a visitor to Illinois from anywhere else in the United States of America, an American citizen, to a non-citizen. This is just a foundational thing. I get that everybody's running away from law enforcement in Chicago because of everything the state of Illinois has done to law enforcement in the city of Chicago. But to backfill that and hand the power to arrest and detain a citizen of this state or citizen of any state in the United States to a non-citizen is a fundamental breach of democracy. It is antithetical to the police power of any state. And at the end of the day, quite frankly, it's antithetical to everything that I hear from the other side of the aisle every day in this building. This is a fundamentally bad idea. There's no fixing it. There's no amending it. There's no nothing. It's just a fundamentally bad idea. I don't care where this individual is from. Australia, they should not be able to arrest a United States citizen on United States soil. Canada should not be able to arrest a United States citizen on United States soil. You wouldn't hand this over to the Russians and say, here, come arrest us. There is a greater principle at stake here than the stuff we typically argue about in this building. A much greater principle. And you cannot hand the power to arrest any citizen of the United States, let alone the ones we represent here in Illinois, over to someone who's not a United States citizen. Thank you, Madam President.
That's pretty restrained, Chapin Rose. Well done, Senator. I mean, it is. I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, are you surprised? I'm not, which is even worse. It makes zero sense to allow a non-citizen to arrest a citizen. I don't know. It's a head shaker, my friends. Hey, you can text in 217-359-2255. You got any thoughts or emotions about that one? Illegals being allowed to be police officers or at least apply to be police officers in Illinois. Let's try with, becoming a citizen first and then apply away. All righty, we'll be right back. It is 7:30. News, weather, sports, all coming up.
Does your home have those annoying outdoor spigots that leak and have no pressure? Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing can help. Install a new Woodford outdoor spigot so your gardens and flowers don't suffer in this summer heat. Make sure your home's outdoors look great and call Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing at 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Hunter Biden's former business partner, Devin Archer, says then Vice President Joe Biden spoke to his son often on speakerphone during dinners and business meetings. House Oversight Committee Democrat Dan Goldman was there for Archer's closed-doors testimony.
The witness was unequivocal and stated very clearly that they never discussed any business on that phone conversations.
Joe Biden was the merchandise, and Hunter Biden was the salesman.
New Jersey Republican Jeff Van Drew on Fox Business. Hundreds of Europeans living in Niger are getting out because of last week's military coup.
France is the former colonial power. It's preparing to evacuate its citizens. The United States, which has 1,100 troops in Niger, is calling on President Mohamed Bazoum to be quickly reinstated.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The State Department says aid to Niger could be cut if the coup succeeds. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, all you backyard chefs and barbecue gurus. Barbecue season is here, and I know that you're anxious to fire up that smoker or grill, but your yard needs mowed. Yes, your wife is getting hangry, but that grass isn't going to cut itself. What's an aspiring pitmaster going to do? Get the world's fastest mower, a Dixie chopper from Dedicated Diesel in Urbana. They carry a full line of Dixie choppers from the Z2 and beautiful Eagle residential models up to the big Excalibur and classic commercial machines that can mow nearly 8 acres an hour. Get your Dixie chopper at Champaign-Urbana's only dealer, Dedicated Diesel, at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. This is award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt, and whether I'm cooking low and slow or hot and fast, I always have time to savor the flavor because my mowing time is cut down by Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest mower. Get your Dixie Chopper at Champaign-Urbana's only dealer, Dedicated Diesel, at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, 217-328-0562.
Here's a look at local news. I'm Jill Miller. Deadly officer involved shooting earlier this year in Stark County being deemed justified. Authorities say the Henry County Special Operations Squad serving a search and arrest warrant in February at a home in Tulum. They encountered Rodney Williams, who tried to hit the officers with a machete. Police shot and killed him. Stark County State's attorney determined the shooting of Williams was justified. Police investigating the death of a teen in Decatur, a 15-year-old found dead in the 400 block of West Harrison Avenue on Sunday. 2 other teens have been arrested facing murder charges. The cause hasn't been released. Drivers in Illinois should be on the lookout for pavement buckling on roads throughout the state. Pavement failures or blowouts could take place when prolonged high temps cause the road to expand and buckle up or blow out, resulting in uneven driving surfaces. Precipitation and humidity increase the potential for buckling. And certainly, as most folks tell you, you don't want to drive on those surfaces. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jill Miller.
Well, if your office needs an assessment when it comes to your copying needs, you can call Greg Wolf at Watts Copy Service. Watts Copy System, where service is more than a promise.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity, pretty much par for the course. Early August weather, welcome to the new month. Temperatures right around seasonal norms for the foreseeable future, and some intermittent rainfall chances as well. Signs of a little bit of a cooler and wetter scenario building into the area here late next week and beyond. In the meantime, mostly sunny for the day today. High temperature up around 86 degrees on a light east wind. Increasing clouds tonight will bottom out at 62. No brother, maybe an isolated shower thunderstorm around both morning and into the later afternoon. Spotty coverage a high around 81. Tomorrow night, a couple of widely spaced showers, thunderstorms, and a low down to 66. And a partly sunny, more humid Thursday. Again, a couple of widely spaced showers, thunderstorms, morning and late afternoon. Highs up to 88. We'll get close to 90 on Friday. Settle back into the low to mid 80s for the weekend. A couple of spotty showers expected and pleasant weather expected here for early next week with daytime temperatures in the lower 80s. Overnight readings down into the lower 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, Greg, thanks so much. ESPN 93.5. Did you hear about the roller coaster? Apparently a dad was on this roller coaster, North Carolina amusement park. Apparently the dad saw a crack at the top of one of the steel support pillars. Oh, look, there's a crack in the Fury 325 will stay closed until inspections and repairs can happen, park officials have said. It's one of the tallest, longest rides in a massive park. Actually straddles the North and South Carolina state line. The North Carolina Department of Labor has inspectors on site who are working to gather more information. Well, I don't know. Anybody ever a little apprehensive to get on a roller coaster? You think they're safe? I don't know. He's a trial attorney with more than 20 years of experience. He heads up the McGraw Law Group. It's Lynn McGraw, north of Dallas this morning. Lynn, how are you?
Just fine, sir. How are you doing?
Nice to have you on. You have a good Texas sound there, buddy. We appreciate that.
I can't help it.
Well, no, it's awesome. You know, one of the greatest lines ever. We were down in Texas talking to a guy, and he said, "Where y'all from?" And I said, "We're from Illinois." And he said, "I know where that's from. That's in North Texas." I love that line. Lynn McGraw, you're a guy that'll go to court and win a lot of cases. You're even licensed to argue cases all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Do roller coasters get inspected? Is that a thing?
They do get inspected, but every state is radically different in how they do it and how often they do it and who must do it. There's an association called the National Association of Amusement Ride Safety Officials, and most of those inspections are done by officials from that group. In my state, in Texas, for example, an amusement park ride operator has to get a sticker, and part of getting that sticker is you got to show insurance, and part of having the insurance is you have to have this inspection done by this official from the NAARSO. So essentially, that has to be done at least once a year. And beyond that, there are no other requirements. So in certain situations, you'll have some in which you've got a lot, in which you have operators that are going to inspect a lot more often, and some that just simply don't inspect until they absolutely have to.
Yeah, I mean, do you ever handle cases where somebody gets on a ride and gets hurt? I mean, it's...
Absolutely. Wow. Absolutely. It is... It's particularly prevalent when you have these operators that set up in the parking lots and that sort of thing. They call them the Class B operators, but those that have those rides that you put together and you take apart and you move from place to place, those are particularly dangerous.
Yeah. It's our friend Lynn McGraw. He's an attorney down in Texas, trial attorney. We'll tell you how you can reach him if you're interested. Hey, in Illinois, this is off the subject. I'm just going to throw it at it because you're an attorney. So in Illinois, our governor just signed something that would allow illegals to apply to be police officers and arrest citizens. Can I sue somebody? Lynn, can I sue some? I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You can't do that. They broke the law to come in.
I understand the situation. I'm not familiar with that particular law, but it seemed to me to be pretty problematic when you have somebody enforcing the law that is actually still breaking the law. Now, there's a difference, of course, between people who are not here lawfully and those who are here lawfully. That I don't see a problem in the world with a person that is in the United States lawfully that has an ability to work here that gets licensed as a peace officer.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't care, but why don't we start with, say, doing this legally? I think we are in an age, and I'm very serious, we're in an age where we can pick and choose whatever the heck laws we want to follow.
Well, I would suggest that if you pick and choose the laws that you follow, that you're running an extreme amount of risk that you may not have. You make sure you think it through before you do it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, the response to anything, Lynn, you're going to be you'll be in a court. Imagine being in court and you're making your case, and the judge says you're just a hater, Lynn. You're just a hater. You're just, you're bigot. You're a homophobe. You're whatever the name of the day is. It's just. What, Lynn, have you ever seen anything like this when it comes to the law? We have anarchy and chaos if we don't follow the laws we agreed to.
We need to follow the laws that we have. And the laws that we have, if we don't like them, we need to change them. But that's the way we do it when we have some sense of order. Otherwise, you're right. We do have anarchy. Anarchy is not good for anybody. Anarchy hurts everybody. So, I agree that we need to follow the laws that are in place, and if the laws that are in place are bad, if they're unconstitutional, then we have courts that tell us that they're unconstitutional and they're going to be thrown out. Otherwise, we need to follow.
Well, if you know a way I can sue the governor of Illinois for doing this, let me know. I mean, it's so frustrating. We're in an age of frustration. We're law-abiding, normal-thinking people, and there are still some left. The whacked-out things you have to deal with, Lynn, I can't imagine some of the potential lawsuits you talk about.
Well, I can tell you that there is a high degree of frustration in a number of situations. It just exists.
Yeah.
It just happens.
How can people find Lynn, Lin, MCCRAW?
You can go to my website, McCraw Law Group. We're in North Texas, have 4 offices in North Texas, but be more than happy to help anybody that we can, and if I can help them find help in their local area, up in Chicago, I'd be more than happy, or in Champaign, more than happy to help them find somebody.
Appreciate you, Lynn. Thanks for your time. Nice meeting you.
All right. Good to meet you, too, sir.
All right, ESPN 93.5. It is 7:41. Sports headlines. The Cardinals are waiting. I should say the Cardinal fans. Well, the Cardinals, too. They're kind of seeing what's going to happen here. Trade deadline today, meaning the last time you make a trade here for 2023. Deadline is 5 p.m. tonight. Cardinals already traded Jordan Montgomery and Chris Stratton, 2 pitchers down to Texas. And Jordan Hicks is in Toronto, going to play in Canada. And there are three guys gone. And you're thinking, well, we need pitching. We just traded 3 pitchers. Got a bunch of prospects that hopefully will help us down the road. Here's your Cardinal recap.
The Cardinals enjoyed their first off day since the All-Star break yesterday following Sunday's 3-0 win against the Cubs. Despite losing 3 of 4 in that series, the Cardinals have won 11 of their last 19 games. Tonight, they open up a 3-game midweek series playing host to the Twins. The Cardinals have not announced their starter, but Miles Mikolas is a strong possibility. He's 6-6 with a 4.38 ERA. He has 1 career start against the Twins in 2018. He did not earn a decision, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits in 4 2/3 innings. The Twins opened the series with Pablo Lopez. He's 5-6 with a 4.13 ERA. He's looking for his first win since July 5th. Lopez is 1-2 with a 3.16 ERA in 4 career starts against the Cardinals. The last series between the Cardinals and Twins was around this time of the year in 2021 when the Cardinals took 2 of 3. First pitch tonight is set for 6:45 with our coverage beginning at 5:50. For the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Matt Pauley.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
All right, so the Cubs hosted Cincinnati last time. It was a good game. Cincinnati jumped up 6-1, and the Cubbies came back 6-5, but ended up losing 6-5. So with Cincinnati's win and Milwaukee loses at Washington, so the Reds are a game and a half ahead in the National League Central Division. If the Reds win, David Bell, former Cardinal bench coach, has to be manager of the year, doesn't he? That's just crazy. I mean, they got so many young players. Future son-in-law Jacob Hurtubise has played with half the team that have been elevated from AA, AAA, all the way out to the Cincinnati Reds. So kind of watching them. And yeah, everybody likes a good story. The Baltimore Orioles, by the way, just FYI, The Baltimore Orioles are first place in the toughest division in baseball, the American League East, with teams like Tampa Bay and Toronto and the Yankees and Boston. The Orioles are in first place into August because this is August 1st. The Orioles are in first place in August for the first time since Bill Clinton was president, 1997. So a stunning year for the Orioles. A lot of good baseball narratives out there. We'll see what happens with the Cardinals, but Jack Flaherty has been rumored to be traded. Paul DeYoung, even Tommy Edman, Brendan Donovan. I mean, all the names except Lars Nootbaar, Jordan Walker, even Goldschmidt and Arenado have been involved in rumors, like the Dodgers and Phillies and stuff like that. I don't think that's happening, but I think John Mozeliak and all the Cardinal brass are actually listening to everything because I guess it's a lost season. Unbelievable. We sure didn't see this one coming. I didn't see this. We were projected to win the Central, and we're in last place. The Central? What? Anyway, it's the best seasons for sport fans are when you don't see it coming, like last year's Brett Bielema football team, and the worst seasons are when you expect it and it doesn't happen. Blessed are they that expect nothing, but they shall never be disappointed. Illinois football, by the way, we're just 31 days away from opening kickoff Illinois-Toledo Labor Day weekend, September 2. Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, I'm fired up for football and tailgating and all the fun that goes along with all that. Absolutely excited. Okay, ESPN 93.5, 217 texter talking about the law in Illinois that allows illegals to apply to be police officers. Stevie, maybe read up on what the law is instead of what Fox News said. Well, actually, I checked with Chapin Rose. He's our state senator, and it's true. So, but thank you for listening, even though you might disagree. It's fine. 217-359-2255. You want to text me this morning, 746. It is the 1st of August. We celebrate law enforcement here. We're adamant to show you and let you hear law enforcement officials that sound pretty normal because they kind of are. And the dangerous work they do keeping us safe because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, if we don't have a 911 call answered, then we are in trouble. So we appreciate all the law enforcement does. Today's the 1st of August. We celebrate somebody locally, and we'll do that coming up.
Crossroads Contractor Supply, bringing us our Stevie Jay Broadcasting Law Enforcement Official of the Month.
Happy to honor Lieutenant Catherine Thompson, been with the Champaign Police Department for 16 years. Presently serves as the District Commander for the North Patrol District in Champaign. That means she oversees all patrol operations in the area north of University and east of Prospect.
Catherine, one of the things you are good at is the negotiation aspect of it. How did that come to be?
So it's the gift of gab, right? But really, negotiating is all about listening. So you have to be able to listen to people and be able to put yourself in their shoes. Our big word is empathy. And without empathy, you cannot negotiate.
What does it feel like when you're successful? Everybody's safe and you've captured the bad guy.
That's the greatest feeling, especially for the victim. This is when you see the look on their face of the relief that they feel, then that's when the high fives can begin. You've helped somebody, they feel relief, you see it on their face, and they feel safe now in their own home.
Crossroads Contractor Supply, delivering within a 150-mile radius of Champaign-Urbana, supporting our Law Enforcement Official of the Month.
It's Emily Atkins. She owns something called Happy Healing. Tell me about what you have planned coming up.
September 9th, we have our spiritual spa day. We have 3 wellness practitioners coming. We have Brenda, who does sound bowl healings with crystal bowls, Drea, who does facials, and we have Emily, who does massages. So we'll be selling tickets, and so you'll have a half hour of each, and then I'll be there and we can make candles too. You can go to the website, happyhealing.us.
748 ESPN 93.5. We have Officer Chloe Folks in our studio. She is our law enforcement official of the month. She's at the Urbana Police Department. Chloe, welcome, and get you nice and close to that. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, were you surprised when you were selected?
I was, actually, yes.
Okay, so I got to ask the normal softball question. Why law enforcement? You went to Olivet Nazarene. You majored in
criminal justice.
Criminal justice. So why did you want to be a police officer?
You know, I never really know how to answer that question. I guess I've always just had a passion for serving my community. But I always make the joke that growing up, I used to watch Criminal Minds instead of Barney. And I just always had a passion in watching those shows and being interested in how to help other people.
Yeah. But you could work for the United Way and not carry a gun. Is that not interesting?
It's more fun this way.
I see. Okay, so what was the difference when you watch Criminal Minds and actually do the work?
It's very different. There's a lot of paperwork involved that they don't really show.
I mean, there's hours and hours. Anytime
Yes.
you do anything, you have to fill it all out.
Oh, yeah.
Do people not know the administrative part of police officering? I mean,
No, not at all.
it's
Not
just
at all.
it's very tedious.
Yes, it is.
Can't you have an assistant here throw the stuff at them and let them fill it all
I
out?
wish, yeah. Everything has to be documented these days.
So you're working now overnights?
Yes. Mhm.
I don't like that. I mean, what do your folks say? What does your husband say? I mean, I don't like that. That's overnight. It's like dark.
Yeah.
And I'm so anti-tinted windows. I'm so anti-tinted. What is the purpose of tinted windows except that I can do something nefarious inside?
I don't know what the purpose is.
Isn't that scary, though?
Yeah, it is sometimes, yeah. But after almost 4 years, I'm kind of used to it now.
Okay, so late at night you get a call. You go to wherever. Is your adrenaline going?
I think my baseline is kind of a high adrenaline, so I think I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, anytime I'm going to a call and you have no idea what's on the other side of that, phone call, there's always the unknown. There's always a risk factor to it, so you got to be prepared for anything.
Now, domestics are awful,
Yes.
aren't they? Because you don't know, don't know what you're dealing with. B, you don't know what kind of drugs or alcohol you're dealing with.
Right.
Because that can influence and make people do what they normally may not do.
Yeah. I would say 99% of the time, the calls we get or the information we're given from our dispatch center is usually opposite of what happens when we get there.
Wow. So you just grow to accept that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so isn't it reassuring when there's more than just you?
Oh, yeah,
Back
absolutely.
Up okay.
Mm-hmm.
How is the office? I mean, you're in there, you're doing your job. How do you stay positive when you see the bad guys all the time?
My coworkers. The family, the camaraderie we have, we're all there for each other. Our goal is to make sure everybody gets home safely at the end of the night or the day. So it's really just the family atmosphere that keeps me going.
Yeah. And you plenty of support. I know your husband's a police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you work different shifts?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
He works second shift. I work third shift.
Send each other postcards, or what do you do?
I mean, we see each other at work probably more than we see each other at home, but
I mean, wow. But you guys love what you do.
Oh, yeah.
And is it true that a whole lot of police officers have told me that, you're helping somebody on not their best day?
oh, yeah. I mean, I see people on probably their worst day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many calls, Chloe, folks, our law enforcement official of the month, live in our studio in Philo, how many calls do you take where somebody's on drugs or alcohol? Is it half of them, 75% of them, some influence of something?
Yeah.
How do you know?
There's a lot of alcohol abuse, I would say. I mean, it's pretty obvious someone will be carrying around, a bottle or something, but people admit to it too, and a lot of the cases we're helping those people, so it's not like we can charge them for something, we're, dealing with overdoses or something where we're getting someone medical attention.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much just the helping the aid side of things, so not something criminal that we can pursue, but that's pretty obvious in those standards.
Do you ever have situations, I know the big buzz in policing is get a social worker out there to talk to them. Can you talk to them all the time, or at times it's really hard to talk to them because of their state?
Yeah, we do have social workers that can come out and help us, but we're trained, to do that in the field every day, deal with people like that who are either under the influence or even suffering through mental illnesses themselves. And, we're trained to deal with that, not trained, to the best of our abilities like a social worker may be, but we deal with that every single day. And it's just kindness. It's just talking to people, coming down to their level to try to help them through something.
Did you work last night?
I did not, no.
I was going to say, you look pretty bright and cheery. If you worked all night, good for you.
Oh yeah, this is not how I normally live.
How do you do this? How do you adapt to the schedule on the weekend?
I don't know if there is any adapting. I think everyone has their own kind of quirks they go through, but I try to stay up as long as I can on my first day off and maybe sleep a couple hours, but then if I have plans, I try to sleep and get up and be ready for the day.
Yeah, mentally it's tough, but that's where a lot of this is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's draining, but I think I have to keep myself, proactive in doing certain things outside of work just to maintain my own mental health.
Yeah. So what do you guys do outside of policing? What do you like doing?
Gosh. I like to watch a lot of Netflix shows. like to go on vacation with my
family. Any
families.
great tip for a series that I'm not watching? I mean,
oh gosh,
there's a lot out there, and I kind of like the Jack Ryan series. That's on Amazon, I think. But the whole Jack Ryan thing was kind of fun. But there's so many. You know, you get into it. And why do we binge watch, Chloe?
Oh, it's just to release my mind.
But I mean, but everybody does it. Just let it go. There's like we just watched 4 shows.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to turn off.
It's so hard.
Chloe Folks is our law enforcement official of the month. What do you want people to know about police officers?
I want people to know that we're out there to help. I know there's kind of a stigma with police officers, but I genuinely love seeing people. I love hearing new stories every single day, doing something new outside of just a normal, mundane desk job. It's fun. We have fun out there. We help people, but there's also the risk, scary side of it. But that's the risk that I'm willing to take to see new people.
Yeah, that's why we appreciate and admire that, because many wouldn't. When you go through your training and stuff, and you get out there, and some of the stuff people say to you, it'd be hard not to get emotional and really mad about that.
Yeah, you got to have some kind of emotional detachment and separate work from home.
You're able to do that?
Yeah.
So if you see something not so good, you're able to say, shut it off?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes. We have different, through EAP and different work things that we can have help us kind of through that. But like I said, it's really my coworkers that get me through it. And, we maintain a positive attitude just so we can help each other get home at the end of the day. And sometimes we face hard things, but yeah, we get through it.
Well, listen, we certainly appreciate you, Chloe, and we really do. You're out there defending, keeping us safe, and people don't realize the value of police when they say defund the police, no prisons, no borders. I mean, you can't do anything about it, but when people, it's a cashless kind of thing, you tend to see the same people out there or hear of them or know. Yeah. And it's very difficult when you're dealing with gang situations in our Twin Cities and nobody wants to talk because they're afraid. You can't really blame them for being afraid, but it's hard for you to do your work.
Yeah, it gets difficult, but, you just keep grinding every day, and hopefully someday we change the outcomes of those things.
Well, listen, we appreciate you, Chloe Folks. Thanks so much for coming in. Congratulations on being a law enforcement official of the month. The Centennial High School graduate of Olivet Nazarene graduate up in Kankakee.
Yes.
It's a great school, isn't it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was awesome.
4 years?
Yep.
Well, congratulations. Stay safe.
Thank you.
We do appreciate you.
Thank you.
That is Chloe Folks. She is our law enforcement official of the month, Urbana Police Department. As you could hear, an outstanding human. What an impressive young lady. And we wish her the best. We thank her so much for coming into our studios in Philo. We just celebrate police because they ought to be celebrated, folks. Difference between anarchy and peace is, folks, otherwise you got to defend your backyard. The guy's in my lawn chair. What do I do? He's doing. You call the police. We appreciate them. We'll be right back. It is 7:57 ESB on 93.5. Tapman's Towing is looking for you. If you want a career with a great local company, it's Tapman's Towing, paying top dollar for experience. If you have an excellent driving record, good oral and written communication skills, are willing to work hard and want to be paid top dollar, visit tapmanstowing.com. Tapman's is looking for CDL drivers, record drivers, and dispatchers. Work with a local company that rewards hard work. Tapman's Towing. Visit tapmanstowing.com to apply today.
Tapman's Towing. Hi, I'm Steve with Restoration Urban Ministries, and we have a desperate need. We have a building that's coming down, and we have to put up another one. But we have you, and we have God on our side. So August the 12th, we are going to have at Hessel Park in Champaign, family, food, and fun. We're going to have 5 to 10 different church bands playing. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have testimonies. We're going to have food. We're going to have sausages and barbecue and corn on the cob, all kinds of summertime treats. And we're going to have a lot of fun going on. We have different games for the kids. So we're counting on you to come and join us and participate and help us raise money for a new building in Jesus' name. You can come and visit us at www.restorationurbanministries.org. Family, food, and fun at Hessel Park, August the 12th. We'll see you there.
Pepsi-Cola Champaign-Urbana Bottling is getting summer started with some fresh new products. Take a break from the sun and get a taste of cool, crisp, refreshing, starry lemon lime flavored soda. Stay hydrated with Gatorade's new Fast Twitch energy drink and get your daily source of vitamin A and C with Gatorade Fit. Find your afternoon pick-me-up with Starbucks caramel and white chocolate mocha Frappuccino mini cans. Order these delicious beverages and everything else with Pepsi-Cola Champaign-Urbana Bottling Company. Visit PepsiColaCU.com.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. Wouldn't it be nice to visit a car dealership where you didn't feel like you were at an auction? Or didn't feel like you were being taken to the cleaners?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome to Sarah Champagne. At Sarah, they offer a one-price promise. Every vehicle at a fair price, no negotiation, only the best price. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. SERRA Champagne.com. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
His legal issues are not hurting him in the polls. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It may be the opposite for former President Trump. A new New York Times Siena poll gives him a 37-point lead over Ron DeSantis in the Republican 2024 race. More than half of those polled won't even consider anyone else. The Trump lead in a new Morning Consult poll is 43 points. But DeSantis tells Fox the former president can't beat President Biden.
The polls that come out that put I beat Biden in Georgia, Trump doesn't. I beat Biden soundly in Arizona, Trump doesn't.
Though the New York Times poll has a Biden-Trump tie head-to-head. As for the Florida governor cutting staff and making campaign changes.
If you want to slay this administrative state, you got to be disciplined, you got to be focused, and you got to have people surrounding you that are going to go and support the mission.
House Republicans say they now have proof President Biden was involved in his son's business dealings, something he's denied. Congressman Jeff Van Drew tells Fox.
Joe Biden was the merchandise and Hunter Biden was the salesman.
That's after Hunter Biden's ex-business associate, Devin Archer, told lawmakers they had then Vice President Biden on speakerphone talking to overseas business clients more than 20 times. But Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman says Archer admitted
there were niceties and there was a hello and we talked about the weather or whatever it was, but it was never any business.
Ukraine keeps fighting back against Russia, inside Russia, the day after a Russian missile strike in President Zelensky's hometown killed 6 people.
The mayor of Moscow says Ukraine has struck the same city's skyscraper twice in 3 days. Sergei Sobyanin claims while several drones were shot down overnight, one struck the Moskva city complex tower. An advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has tweeted Moscow is rapidly getting used to a full-fledged war.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Team USA is advanced to the Women's Soccer World Cup after a 0-0 tie this morning with Portugal. The American women will next play on Sunday. America's listening to Fox News.
Starting August 22nd, the U.S. dollar may have new competition from a new global supercurrency backed by Russia and China. And if the dollar plummets, your retirement could follow. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. I recommend a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit on gold by texting the word shelter to 989898. I encourage you to act before August 22nd. Text shelter to 989898 to get your free information kit on gold now.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
President Biden is undoing something else from the Trump administration, canceling a plan to relocate U.S. Space Command from Colorado Springs to Huntsville, Alabama, prompting Congressman Mike Rogers, who chairs the House Armed Services Committee and is from Alabama, to say he will investigate. Congress is on recess for August, but something controversial looms when it's back.
The President's Intelligence Advisory Board is recommending Congress renew Section 702 of FISA, giving authority for the warrantless surveillance of non-Americans outside the U.S. But while the panel notes key successes like thwarting terror attacks and illegal fentanyl seizures, a report from the intelligence watchdog also notes mistakes with compliance and inappropriate use from the FBI. While recommending FISA's reauthorization, there are recommendations for reform to prevent so-called incidental collection, where communications from Americans in contact with foreign targets are swept up. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
2 actors are being mourned. Angus Cloud was found dead in his Hollywood, California home. He starred in the HBO series Euphoria, was only 25. His family says Cloud had battled mental health and was struggling with his father's recent death. Meanwhile,
tributes are pouring in on social media remembering Paul Reubens, the actor best known as Pee Wee Herman, who died Sunday night at the age of 70 after a private battle with cancer. Tim Burton, who directed Reubens in Pee Wee's Big Adventure, posted on Instagram, "Never forget how Paul helped me at the beginning of my career." Mark Horton, who played Francis, the most notorious bicycle thief in film, spoke about Reubens' cancer battle on Fox Across America with Jimmy Fallon.
It was a private thing for him or whatever, and there's so many things that he did for kids with cancer over the years that nobody knew about.
Michelle Polino, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down before the opening bell. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. I'm Jim Miller. Today, National Night Out, nationwide celebration by police to improve both community safety and relations with the public. Several Central Illinois police departments taking part, including Champaign, Springfield, and Decatur. Champaign Police will sponsor 5 neighborhood events between 4 and 7 today. One hospital system giving people the chance to screen for skin cancer after a summer of sunny skies. Memorial Health is offering free screenings August 28th at Memorial Cancer Care. It's located on the campus of Decatur Memorial Hospital. Screenings conducted by a dermatology team from SIU Medicine. Champaign County Crime Stoppers asking the public for help in finding the people who shot at a mobile home on the outskirts of Urbana earlier this month. It happened July 17 at the Laurel Mobile Home Park. Champaign County Sheriff arriving on scene and learned that 2 men fired towards the backside of a home on Beeson Drive before they fled. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller, ESPN 93.5. Great having you listening. Enjoyed talking to a law enforcement official of the month, Chloe Folks, Urbana Police Department. What an outstanding young lady. Been doing it 4 years, doing the night shift. Tough stuff. We appreciate her. All right, let's check our weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier has jumped aboard, sir. It's a beautiful day in downtown Philo. Mr. Solier.
Hello.
You are there,
yes, sir.
Talk to me.
Yes, we have finally made connection.
Yes, sir. Hey, what do we see out here besides gorgeous?
Well, gorgeous and, a little more typical early August feel around here, but nothing like we experienced here last week. Temperatures up a wee bit, humidity levels, but that'll also help to generate some intermittent rainfall prospects, and it's probably the vanguard to a wetter weather pattern that materializes later next week and beyond. No real heat, at least into the first half, maybe almost 3/4 of the month of August. No heat wave like we experienced around here. A little more dampness, a little more humidity, higher dew points, and frequency of shower activity should expand. That'll help for some of the late planted beans, rangelands, pasture lands, and all that kind of stuff. And of course, with temperatures in check, helping with grain fill on the corn side of things. They've had a lot of heat in the western part of the Corn Belt, where there's rain this morning, and a significant rain to at least nibble at some of the worst drought conditions across parts of central and southern Missouri at the current time. All that tracking to the south and east away from us, we see some of that high mid-level cloud on our southwest west horizon. Out the door this morning, gorgeous 69-degree readings over at Willard and Savoy, 67 at Danville, 68 Bloomington normal, 86 today, right on target for an Aug 1 with sunshine, tonight increasing clouds 62. A little boost on humidity tomorrow and more so Thursday. We may muster up a stray shower thunderstorm late morning, late afternoon tomorrow. Slightly better odds here on Thursday. High temperature around 81 tomorrow, 88 on Thursday, close to 90 on Friday, then low to mid 80s for the weekend. Maybe a passing shower or two, nothing to wash out weekend plans, and comfortable weather with us as well for the beginning part of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Every month we like calling Dr. Todd Likens Pet Pro, Madison Kirby, home of the fluffy white puppies. How are you doing, Mr. Doctor?
Hey, we're doing good over here. I got tired of white fluffy dogs today. They're stretched out and already out for the early morning nap. To be followed by the mid-morning nap and the late morning nap.
Well, but you truly just say who's going to work and the ones that go, right?
Yeah. They know if they go to work, they get extra treats and they get extra attention. So, yeah, this is my kind of heavyweight crew here that likes food.
You're kind of the growing constant example of Pavlov's dogs. They see you and they see bones, right? They know it's bone day. All right, as a veterinarian, persistent sick cough, skin, eye issue, and wounds, fungal infections, we have a lot of those around here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what hit me this week is, if you've got a sick pet, and I had somebody that has an indoor kitty, and it's had a persistent cough for months, and then it's nasal discharge. And I had somebody earlier this week, they had a dog had a persistent sore on its skin. And I had another person recently that had vision problems. All these tie together in that, we live in Illinois and we have lots of fungal infections, and all these animals together had fungal infections. Now, the funguses live in the soil around here, and the dogs and kitties breathe it in. But even in the case of this indoor kitty, it turned out it's a fungal infection. So they need to be checked because that can be fatal. You can imagine enough fungus growing in your lungs so you can't breathe. It's kind of like drowning. And treatment is not easy. It takes months to get them over this stuff. So if your dog's got persistent sores, it's something that definitely you ought to talk to your vet about considering as a rule-out type thing.
Okay, because there's always something, it appears. You had said that a dog's smell would be like standing at the top of Memorial Stadium and smelling a hot dog on the sidewalk. Is that true?
Yep. They have great noses.
Well, what about...
Especially when it comes to treats.
Isn't it... Hearing is amazing, too?
Yeah, they definitely pick things up. I don't know how to describe that. I don't have a good analogy for that one.
Well,
but they have good hearing. Night vision.
They see at night?
Yeah, not as good as kitty cats, but they see pretty good at night, too.
It's not like
they see things I don't anyway.
Not like I wonder if it's like the night vision goggles the soldiers use, that kind of thing, where they can see stuff. But I'm always fascinated. I've told you many times how fascinated I am by their communication. And there's Boof. He wanted paid. The Boofer woke up. Somebody must have come in.
Well, the groomer just walked to the door, and the first thing she always does is give him treats. So he's went from sound asleep to a treat. There's your hearing. And right there, heard the groomer. Time for food.
And he's not letting up until you give it to him, right?
No, he's guiding her. Right now, he's guiding her to the treat box. So, and amazingly, this dog can sit really fast when he wants to.
That's so funny. Does Boof bark in the car when you're riding?
Oh, he not till we get to Champaign and he starts seeing people next to the car. He definitely lets me know there's somebody on the sidewalk.
That's so funny. It's so funny. All right, so how often should your dog get washed and maybe nails clipped?
We're looking for about a 6-week cycle on that. Right. If your dog smells and you're bathing them every week, don't do that. You're making it worse. It's just cycle. You dry the skin out, smells get worse. So you need to back off on your bathing. I know that doesn't sound right, but if you bathe them too much, they can have bad skin. If you don't bathe them enough, they can have bad skin about every 6 weeks.
And how much does it cost for me to bring a doggy into you to get washed?
Well, Stevie J, we charge you extra because, it's just... No, we're... a bath for a non-client is $35. If you're a client here, you get it for $30. And we've got a pretty good grooming team here. The dogs come in like Buffer here. They all come in. They're looking for their treat.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
My treat bills are pretty high these days.
I bet they are. The market, $50, $60, $70 for that, and you're selling it for $30 and $35.
Yeah, but once you meet our crew, I'm hoping you're going to love us and you'll stay here.
I got you. All right, that's a great deal. All right, how can people reach you, Dr. Todd Likens?
Well, Miss Taylor, who's also a wonderful texter, is at 217-355-5051.
Always a pleasure, Todd. Talk soon.
All right, okay.
Todd Likens, Pet Pro, Madison Kirby, Champaign veterinarian. 8:13. I am Stevie J. Diane Ducey's off today. Sports headlines. Cardinals back in action today. The big news will be what happens between now and 5 o'clock. That's the trade deadline. Cardinals usually aren't very active now. Well, considering the kind of season the St. Louis Cardinals have had, it's been very disappointing. So it's pretty much a sell-off. And you think, we move them around like chess pieces, right? You're talking families. And yeah, it's not easy. Somebody gets traded, their life is start all over again somewhere else. Anyway, not easy. Here's your Redbird recap.
The Cardinals enjoyed their first off day since the All-Star break yesterday following Sunday's 3-0 win against the Cubs. Despite losing 3 of 4 in that series, the Cardinals have won 11 of their last 19 games. Tonight, they open up a 3-game midweek series playing host to the Twins. The Cardinals have not announced their starter, but Miles Mikolas is a strong possibility. He's 6-6 with a 4.38 ERA. He has one career start against the Twins in 2018. He did not earn a decision, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits in 4 2/3 innings. The Twins opened the series with Pablo Lopez. He's 5-6 with a 4.13 ERA. He's looking for his first win since July 5th. Lopez is 1-2 with a 3.16 ERA in 4 career starts against the Cardinals. The last series between the Cardinals and Twins was around this time of the year in 2021 when the Cardinals took 2 of 3. First pitch tonight is set for 6:45 with our coverage beginning at 5:50. For the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Matt Pauley.
Yeah, Miles Mikolas, who was suspended 5 games, it's been appealed, and so that's on hold till they decide, and then he'll have to serve his 5. That was hitting Ian Happ. The umpires got together and said they thought it was intentional. There was no warning. Wilson Contreras got hit by Happ's bat, started bleeding. First pitch was under his chin, next pitch was on his butt, and they said that was intentional. And he was thrown out and given a 5-game suspension. Ollie Marmol got a 1-game suspension. Anyway, that was that. That was last week with the Cubbies. Cubs lose to Cincinnati 6-5. The Reds are a game and a half ahead of Milwaukee in the National League Central, which is a big lead in that division. And it's I think the Cubs have a chance. They gotta really string it together like they did. They lost 2 straight, but they had won 8 in a row. 6 of the 8 were against St. Louis. All right, 8:16, ESPN 93.5. Okay, so the trade deadline, 5 o'clock tonight. The rumors I'm reading is Jack Flaherty, Paul DeJong, Juan Yepez, maybe, Alex Burleson, even Tommy Edman, Brendan Donovan. Those are all names that are apparently possible for another team to take away. Our big hitter is going to be Flaherty, who some contenders would really like. And generally when it goes this late, the day of and the 5 p.m. deadline, all that, it means there might be a little bidding going on back and forth, which obviously is good for the team trading. And the Cardinals are trying to get help for 2024. It looks like they're going to have Steven Matz, who's been pitching really well lately. He was 0-7 going into June, and now he just looks like a better pitcher. And then Miles Mikolas. Those are the only 2 starters we have coming back. So next year you're going to say, well, and this has kind of been out there, right? I mean, it's been out there for the point of, the pitching is, for years now we've wondered. I hope Adam Wainwright can finish with a couple of good starts. I hope he can get 2 more wins to get to 200. But clearly it would have been better had he retired from the standpoint of performance. He really struggled earlier in the year, got hurt and everything else. He pitched in that, I think, the whole World Baseball Championships, whatever that thing was. I would say no to my players next time. It has apparently messed up the season. You always try to blame something. I would blame that. Yeah, I just say, you know what? It's because of that stupid little championship you want to play for your country. And the Cardinals had so many people that participated in that, and I can understand, but Adam Wainwright pitched in that thing and wasn't available for a couple of months. It just took a lot out of him, and other teams had players get hurt and all that stuff. All right, it's coming up on 8:18, ESPN 93.5. Glad you're listening here on it is August 1. We're into 8-1-23.
Go get everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity, pretty much par for the course. Early August weather. Yeah, welcome to the new month. Temperatures right around seasonal norms for the foreseeable future, and some intermittent rainfall chances as well. Signs of a little bit of a cooler and wetter scenario building into the area here late next week and beyond. In the meantime, mostly sunny for the day today. High temperature up around 86 degrees on a light east wind. Increasing clouds tonight will bottom out at 62. Tomorrow there may be an isolated shower thunderstorm around both morning and into the later afternoon. Spotty coverage high around 81. Tomorrow night, a couple of widely spaced showers and thunderstorms and a low down to 66. And a partly sunny, more humid Thursday. Got a couple of widely spaced showers and thunderstorms morning and late afternoon. Highs up to 88. We'll get close to 90 on Friday. Settle back into the low to mid 80s for the weekend. A couple of spotty showers expected and pleasant weather expected here for early next week with daytime temperatures in the lower 80s. Overnight readings down into the lower 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Join the Champaign Parks Foundation for a fun evening of food, socializing, and entertainment at the iHotel and Conference Center with Champaign Park District Youth Scholarship Fund to benefit from the new Ties and Tennies Gala. It's coming up on Thursday, September 14th, and you'll enjoy dueling pianos, a plated dinner, complimentary wine and beer, live and silent auction, and featured speaker Team USA Paralympian sitting volleyball player Nicole Millage. Learn more details. Visit champaignparks.org.
When you're looking for a business to work with, you choose someone local, someone who's terrific at what they do, a company that helps others in need in Champaign-Urbana, and a company that stands behind what they do. That company is Roof Doctors. Roof Doctors has been keeping the rain out for over 30 years. Randy and Tammy and their family work hard to not only make sure you're 100% satisfied by their work, but that they also strive to have a positive impact on Champaign-Urbana. Roof Doctors in Urbana, they make you their number one priority.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Caterpillar is seeing increased demand because of the construction boom. The company says sales are being helped by dealers stocking up on inventory. It's also selling more of its heavy equipment directly to customers. Prices rose, but it did not result in customers pulling back. It sold more construction equipment even though prices were higher. Uber Technology shares are up more than 2% after it made a profit, its first ever in the quarter. Marriott reported upbeat earnings and revenue. JetBlue is seeing weaker demand for domestic flights because so many people are taking vacations outside the U.S. JetBlue is also warning it will likely lose money in the current quarter. It's also being impacted by the loss of its Northeast alliance with American Airlines. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
I'm Charles Payne. Listen to my Unstoppable Prosperity podcast so I can get you making money right now. 35 years on Wall Street taught me how to successfully invest in the stock market. In my 4-part series, I'm going to teach you too. Some of Fox Business's finest join me to help tell my story, impart crucial lessons from my Unstoppable Prosperity book, and to give you the tools to achieve your own financial dreams.
Listen anytime, everywhere at foxbusinesspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Here's what one shopper said about Pard's Western Shop in Urbana, 306 North Maple, between Main and University. He said, sure, you can find boots at some big box stores, but nothing like Pard's selections. They're unique, they're local, and they have an excellent store. So many people that visit Pard's in Urbana say the same thing. Pard's in Urbana, 306 North Maple. You can find the best boots in the world and shop local. Visit pards.com, pards.com. John Ruffin, are you there?
I am here.
Nice to have John Ruffin on. The city of Champaign will sponsor 5 neighborhood-based national night out events. That's today between 4 and 7. What is this, John?
Well, National Night Out is a national celebration to bring neighbors out to improve safety in our communities. And so it was designed to generate support and participation in local anti-crime efforts and strengthen neighborhood spirit and foster positive police-community relationships. And so we've got 5 groups who we provided $500 neighborhood small grant funds to host neighborhood-based events throughout the city of Champaign.
You know, it's changed, hasn't it? I mean, we used to know neighbors, right? I mean, it's just, man, what the heck?
Well, certainly it had what you just were saying. We're trying to get back to knowing our neighbors, and certainly with COVID, that wasn't a great help. And so we're trying to re-energize folks, get them recommitted to neighborhood engagement and neighborhood building efforts and anti-crime efforts that we're engaging in across the city here in Champaign.
You know, John, it's difficult for anybody to do any work when you can't get information about what really happened, and that's part of trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have trust in your neighbor or anybody else, then it's hard to, I don't know. It's just a weird deal. When I was growing up, we had baseball, softball games, pickup stuff. I mean, we just were out. And again, it's just a different time because, you know, there's fear. We have a lot of fear, I think.
Well, I think part of that fear is the unknown. And so if we are knowing our neighbors and we're knowing our community members, we're more apt to be able to engage in a more fulsome way. And so we're encouraging folks to come out, meet your neighbors, have small gatherings, enjoy our great community.
Okay.
Don't let the fear overtake you.
That's right, John Ruffin on the Tapman's Joint phone line. How can people learn more about what you got going on, John?
Well, they can contact us here at the City of Champaign's Neighborhood Services Department, or they can go on our website, www.cityofchampaign.il.gov.
What do you do, John? What is your title?
Well, I am the Neighborhood Relations Manager with the City of Champaign, and I work with 43 registered groups across the city on neighborhood engagement and organizing activities. And so we're really working to make Champaign the best city it can be, and it starts with our neighborhoods. And so part of that work is getting neighborhoods organized, addressing priorities that impact neighborhood stability, health, and wellness, and then working with those neighborhoods to address those issues in a wholesome way.
Okay, well, have you ever been on radio before?
I have.
Has anybody said your voice is ridiculous?
Well, Diane said that when I had the conversation with her in prepping for the call.
I mean, you gotta. Yeah, I'm looking for an old phone book. I was just gonna have you start the A's and just start reading. You know, just start reading. But no, you got a very, very nice voice. We need to get you to come to Philo and have a lunch and read some commercial. You really sound good, John. Keep up your good work with this whole neighborhood program. Hopefully, we can come together and play a good game of duck, duck, goose, goose, or kumbaya. That's what we need.
That's what's up. Thanks so much.
Thanks, you. Appreciate it. You betcha. John Ruffin, City of Champaign, National Night Out celebration today, 4 to 7. You can get hold of City of Champaign, find out how your neighborhood get involved. I mean, we used to, back in the day, you knew everybody. Of course, I grew up in Philo. I mean, so it's small. City of Champaign, though, neighborhoods had their, you kind of knew who the neighbor was, right? You knew what they did. Now it's like, I wouldn't go near that house. It's just amazing the change. But no, there used to be just go out and play. But now it's like, where are you going? It's just different. And there are fears, and we do have legitimate concerns about certain things. And you want safety of your kids and all that. But it's good to know your neighbors. And the town we live in, I mean, it's an amazing community. With the University of Illinois, we got 140 different nations represented. And particularly I don't know if you guys have driven around campus. This is our window. They're back in about a week. I think they're already starting. But it's awesome. This makes us vibrant. And if you drive around campus, as I have, because I can, most of the lights are blinking red. They're not stoplights anymore. They're stop signs. And most everybody you see, if you happen to see any students, they're international because they're doing something in the summer, can't afford to fly home and come back, all that other stuff. But it's an amazing place we live in. There is no doubt. All right, 8:28 in Champaign-Urbana. This Devin Archer testified yesterday about Hunter Biden and the big guy and all of that. I don't know what's going to come of it. We have no idea. I just have a philosophy and a theory that there are people that behind the curtain that don't want Joe Biden to run, and they want to get somebody like a Gavin Newsom or talk Michelle Biden into running, something like that. But, you know, this is an inside guy, and they can try and, you know, discount him and, you know, say nasty things about him, but he's been there. I mean, he's a guy that's got to go to jail for a while, and he's talking. So I'm sure to the dismay of the Bidens, but it was pretty compelling. It was behind closed doors. I think there would have been a high viewing television audience, but they didn't do that. Didn't put it on TV. All right, we'll be right back with more on that and more. It's 8:29.
Hey, Class A CDL drivers. Gail Frericks Trucking wants to invite you to join our team and get a taste of what it's like to work with a team that cares about you, your home time, and your professional growth, as well as your paycheck. This is Operations Manager Donna Onstadt inviting you to join us as we continue building the company you would have started if you knew then what you know now. Gail Frericks Trucking. Call 765-793-7131 today. Our drivers are pre-dispatched, make a guaranteed minimum gross pay of $1,200 per week, have paid vacations and benefits, and are home every weekend and sometimes during the week for quality family time. Our openings are limited, so don't miss your opportunity with the top-paying trucking company in the area, Gail Frericks Trucking. Call 765-793-7131 today. The days are getting longer, and our customers are booking us up with freight. Gail Frericks Trucking, 765-793-7131, or email timo@gftlog.com.
Experience food, drinks, and fun at the grand reopening of Champaign's favorite sports bar, Pia's. Whether you're up for their famous Slugger Burger, never-ending nachos, having a drink with your friends, or watching your favorite sports team, Pia's has you covered. After the forced renovation undergone on the local pub, it's the perfect time to celebrate a return to normal and bring the community together. Don't miss the grand reopening at Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. New criminal charges and more expected are not hurting former President Trump one bit in the polls. He leads Florida Governor Ron DeSantis by 43 points in a new Morning Consult poll, 37 points in a New York Times Siena poll. He, though, says Trump can't beat President Biden.
The polls that come out that put I beat Biden in Georgia, Trump doesn't. I beat Biden soundly in Arizona, Trump doesn't. Those are just the realities.
Governor DeSantis on a special report with Brett Baer. Long Island, New York serial killer suspect Rex Heuermann's due back in court today.
He's charged with murdering 3 women, though a grand jury is still pondering an additional charge for a 4th murder. Investigators feel he could be responsible for the killings of others going back to the 1990s. Many of those victims are believed to have been female sex workers, but Heuermann might also be the killer of a man and a child.
That's Fox's Evan Brown. America's listening to Fox News. Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Welcome to this new month of August, and pretty much par for the course. Mid-summertime weather pattern that continues on. No real extreme heat. A little boost on humidity in the coming days, and some intermittent rainfall chances. You may trend towards somewhat cooler and wetter weather as we get deeper into next week and a bit beyond. In the meantime, though, enjoy the sunshine. Be some decent rains well to our west and southwest of us, but no action around here wet weather-wise today. The high around 86, light east wind, increasing clouds 62 for tonight, and there may be a stray spotty shower thunderstorm late morning and late afternoon tomorrow, partly sunny. A little more humidity rise on a high up to about 81. A bit muggier and 66 tomorrow night with a couple of widely spaced showers and thunderstorms and hit-miss rainfall chances both morning and late afternoon with a partly sunny humid Thursday at 88. We'll get close to 90 for Friday, but low to mid-80s for the weekend. A couple of widely scattered showers and thunderstorms back to dry time and lower 80s early next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Special look at local news. I'm Joe Miller. National Weather Service confirming at least 6 tornadoes hitting northern Illinois Friday. 2 hitting Kankakee County, including one near Kankakee, another in Moments. One funnel cloud traveled from far north Minooka to Shorewood to the west side of Joliet. The other started in central Minooka, heading towards the east of Des Plaines River. Governor Pritzker pushing an effort designed to advance public safety and criminal justice reform of the state. He signed a bill implementing mandatory supervised release reforms. Legislation supports the reintegration of individuals into the community while lowering the possibility of recidivism and lowering taxpayer cost. Electronic cigarettes soon to be banned from being used in indoor public spaces in Illinois. The governor signed the ban into law Friday. It adds electronic smoking devices to the Smoke-Free Illinois Act, which bans smoking in most public spaces in the state. Law goes into effect January 1st. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Diane Ducey here with Nate Evans of eXp Realty. It's always a good time to sell your home.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Short-term market fluctuations can be unnerving for everyone. A proven way to tune out the noise and focus on long-term investment goals is to adhere to a well-constructed investment plan. This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. If you don't have a plan, we can help create one designed specifically for you. Call us today for a complimentary consultation at 217-366-3456 or online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Speaking to the House Oversight Committee yesterday, Archer revealed that Hunter put his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, on speakerphone while meeting with foreign business partners at least 20 times. Archer claims the president was put on the phone to sell, quote, the brand. Now, in a statement, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said Devon Archer's testimony today confirms Joe Biden lied to the American people when he said he had no knowledge about his son's business dealings and was not involved. Joe Biden was the brand that his son sold around the world to enrich the Biden family.
Fox News Radio's Ryan Schmeltz. How are you, Ryan?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
Good to have you on. Okay, so we heard that report. Impact of it. Any other news this morning regarding what Devon Archer said yesterday?
Well, I think one thing that's kind of standing out in the short term, I guess, pushback from what had happened yesterday was that you have the House Judiciary Committee coming out, and you have a couple members on that committee, about 5 of them, who are now asking for lawmakers to come back to Capitol Hill to have an emergency hearing on possible Department of Justice interference when it comes to this case. That's because, if you'll remember, the Department of Justice over the weekend sent a letter to a judge who was overseeing a separate matter involving Devon Archer and ultimately sentenced him to 1 year in jail. Pretty much the DOJ asked for that prison sentence to be set, and you know, it didn't really stop him from testifying before the committee, but the timing there certainly raised some eyebrows.
Yeah, I don't know if you've read some of the emails between Devon Archer and Hunter Biden and all these other things. I was reading one this morning. They were on the cusp of big money. They were talking about 7% of, and they're putting hundreds of millions of dollars into the thing. Man, oh man, can I get a gig like that, Ryan? What do you think, man?
Yeah, it certainly is. So some of these business ventures certainly involve a lot of money, and it certainly is something that keeps getting brought up. And I think one thing that was interesting is that there's been a lot of speculation about this prosecutor who was in Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
And this person was actually removed from power, and Vice President Biden played a big role in removing him. But based off what Dan Goldman, who was the only Democrat who appeared yesterday, what he had to say was that this person was actually in the pocket of Burisma, which is a company that was affiliated with Hunter Biden. He was actually a board member of it. And when that person was removed from power, it actually hurt Hunter Biden's business ventures overseas. And therefore, it kind of counteracts what some Republicans are saying about how Vice President Biden used his influence to help his son out, whereas this one actually hurt.
Where does this go from here, Ryan? Do you know?
Well, I think it depending if they have that emergency hearing, I think that's one thing. But just paying attention to where Republicans go from here in terms of either trying to get more information, trying to get more documents from the Department of Justice that may help them connect this money trail to an alleged bribery scheme that they say that then Vice President Biden may be involved with. I think also following to see if that impeachment inquiry that Speaker McCarthy has floated goes anywhere. I'm not quite sure if he will full-on pursue it, but he has hinted at it over in recent weeks, and that could go somewhere. But you do have some Republicans, even staunch conservatives like Rand Paul, Ken Buck out of Colorado, who raised questions about that being a good idea.
Yeah. Ryan Schmeltz, Fox News Radio, thanks for the report. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
You betcha. On the Tapman's Towing phone line, ESPN 93.5, it is 8:39. On this Tuesday morning, it is August the 1st, so you know what that means. University of Illinois, we're going to have Marching Illini band practice before we know it. And then the football team and the coaches, and, of course, Brett Bielema appeared at the Big Ten meetings last week, and I thought sounded good. He was the first guy out of the gate to speak, and he talked about, I thought it was really interesting, he talked a lot about, riding over with the law firm and Isaiah Williams, who's going to be a great player for us. And it was just really, really interesting to hear some of the coaches' comments about what that sounded like from the standpoint. They were kind of going back and forth on what might be asked and everything else, and I think it impressed the coach about what the kids were saying, because he said that they just felt like they had total control of kind of what the deal was and observing what was going on, and that's great for leaders. It really, really was.
I look for indicators. I think the guys that are around me, the people that are around me know that when we were here a year ago, I wasn't going to put a prediction on how many wins we're going to have, but I was pretty sure we're going to be a bowl team. I knew that we had a good football team that was going to grow and build. I look for indicators of how our guys carry themselves off the field. I look for indicators on how they adapt and adjust to new players. When I was riding over those three guys yesterday, I kind of was asking them questions about players that I haven't seen, right, that only they've seen. And just to hear them say what they said with the intelligence that they did, it tells me that our best players are observant of what's going on around them. These three guys we brought over could have easily been 3 draft picks last year in a class that was highly talented, but they came back to make a better opportunity for themselves in our football program. And we got a lot of unfinished business. Last year we were a 8-5 team, but it broke up into a 7-1 team and a 1-4 team. And I focused myself on the 1-4 more than any time in my career. Obviously, it all happened at the end of the year, so there had to be some contributing factors that are on me as a coach and development and program-wise. So I like where we're at. I love some of the young influx of talent. For me as a head coach, this is my 15th year, as I said earlier, but I've never felt more engaged with our roster, the way that they're being developed, the way they're being coached, and the way that they react to our coaches is pretty cool.
And he also, Brett Bielema, really appreciates the leadership here at Illinois.
When I received the first phone call from Josh Whitman, I realized that this was a guy that I wanted to be a partner with, right? He was a guy that played there, played very, very well, played in the NFL, became a lawyer, tried that world, and got into administration and was looking for a coach that wanted to sustain success, right? And that was something that was very important for me. I want to get back into head coaching, but I didn't want to go to a situation where I didn't think it could be sustained, right? I wanted this to be my last rodeo. Signed a contract recently that literally has a no-compete with anybody in the Big Ten because I found my home. I know where I want to go. And to walk that walk every day with Josh, my first spring, we were in a spring practice, and one of the things we do at Illinois is we play in all conditions, so we practice in all conditions. The only thing that makes us go inside is if there's lightning. So we practice in rain, sleet, snow, AM, PM, and everything in between. And I got done with a rain practice, and Josh came to practice, and he and I were talking at the end of practice, It's probably about a half hour after we were done with practice, and I looked around. He and I were the only two on the field in a rain, standing by ourselves. And at that point, I'm like, if an AD is going to stand outside and talk to me in the rain a half hour after practice, I knew that this was a guy that cares about our program. Josh is in our building every day, for the most part, year-round, a lot of the times 2 or 3 times a week. I'm in the building every day, our coaches. So I don't really worry about what's happening in our building. I don't ever mention the word culture. I just never have. I'm not a guy that thinks it's a buzzword that it just isn't something that's ever set well with me. But I talk about what we do to have a season like we just had and the talent that we have returning and to have the highest GPA in school history. It tells me we're doing a lot of good things.
Yeah, amazing. Brett Bielema, we're getting ready for football 31 days away from kickoff. By now, you've all heard the expression, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. But who are they? They, the PDR staff, understand that a name is only as good as the people that represent it. The PDR staff has more than 335 years of combined automotive experience. Several employees now on staff for more than 25 years. PDR, more than just a name. Family owned and operated, now celebrating over 50 years in business. Hey, Jody, you there?
I'm here.
Jody Harmon, DSC. You guys got a fundraiser? Is that tonight?
We do have a fundraiser tonight that our Eastern Illinois Parrot Head Club is putting on to benefit DSC.
Yeah, I got the boat drunks. Here they are. I mean, does anybody not enjoy the boat drunk show, for Pete's sakes? And is Riggs, you're doing it Riggs tonight?
Riggs Brewery, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
yep.
how can I help? It's $10. What are we doing tonight?
So tonight, out at Riggs from 5 to 8 p.m., we're having a kind of a relaxing, chill event. You know, the Parrot Heads are a Jimmy Buffett-themed service organization here in town. So we're having music by the Boat Drunk.
Yep.
Obviously, beer. We're going to be a Riggs Beer Company, and then we will have a food truck there as well. And then just to raise a little bit more money for DSC, we are going to be raffling off some baskets. So we have about between 20 and 25 raffle baskets with all sorts of goodies in there that you can buy tickets to try to win. And then we'll also have a couple 50-50 raffles throughout the night.
All right. How is DSC doing, Jody? I mean, always you're searching for what? Probably workers. You're searching for money. The state cut you years ago, which is the last place I would have cut money is DSC. So how's it going overall for you guys?
So, you're right. We're always, looking for unrestricted funds that we can use to try to close some of the funding gaps that we have. And, as you know, there are many other individuals throughout Champaign and Ford County that we could support if we could, have more funding.
There's just a lot of need, and you're really giving purpose to a whole bunch of not only individuals but families. And it's what you do is incredible. I've been a fan of DSC for many, many years. So tonight they can come and pay $100 to get in if they want.
That's right.
I mean, just write a check for DSC, and let's give them. You have a number in mind. You're hoping to get thousands, I would hope.
Right. So here's the interesting little tidbit and fact. So this event was first called "See You in the Caribbean."
Yep.
And it started over 20 years ago. But for the last 13 years, DSC has been the sole beneficiary of this benefit.
Yep.
So this year, we are very, 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 very close to the Parrot Heads having donated $500,000 to DSC over this
exciting. That's really great.
12 to 13 years. Yeah.
Well,
so, yes, we will accept donations.
We appreciate the Parrot Club, Parrot Heads. We really do. They're wonderful to do that. That's great stuff. How can people learn more about tonight and the DSC?
Yes, so tickets you can buy tickets online before you come to the event. You can get them on the Eastern Illinois Parrot Head Club website, and that's EIPHC.org. Or you can go through our website, too, at dsc-illinois.org. And like I said, if you are not able to make it, we will gladly accept donations for sure.
Jody Harmon, DSC, keep up your good work. Hope it goes well tonight.
Thank you so much, Stevie.
My pleasure.
Of my time.
Boat drunks are fun.
Said I wanna take you both as far as it goes. Feel Jamaican sand between my toes. I wanna ride.
We were in St. Bart's once,
Just as far as I can.
and we were watching Jimmy Buffett's boat leave the dock. Big old blue boat. It wasn't like massive, but it was big. Jimmy Buffett. Boat drunks sound a lot like him. All right, we'll be right back. It's ESPN 93.5.
Pepsi-Cola Champaign-Urbana Bottling is getting summer started with some fresh new products. Take a break from the sun and get a taste of cool, crisp, refreshing, starry lemon lime flavored soda. Stay hydrated with Gatorade's new Fast Twitch energy drink and get your daily source of vitamin A and C with Gatorade Fit. Find your afternoon pick-me-up with Starbucks Caramel and White Chocolate Mocha Frappuccino mini cans. Order these delicious beverages and everything else with Pepsi-Cola Champaign-Urbana Bottling Company. Visit PepsiColaCU.com.
All right, sports headlines.
The Cardinals enjoyed their first off day since the All-Star break yesterday following Sunday's 3-0 win against the Cubs. Despite losing 3 of 4 in that series, the Cardinals have won 11 of their last 19 games. Tonight they open up a 3-game midweek series playing host to the Twins. The Cardinals have not announced their starter, but Miles Mikolas is a strong possibility. He's 6-6 with a 4.38 ERA. He has one career start against the Twins in 2018. He did not earn a decision, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits in 4 2/3 innings. The Twins opened the series with Pablo Lopez. He's 5-6 with a 4.13 ERA. He's looking for his first win since July 5th. Lopez is 1-2 with a 3.16 ERA in 4 career starts against the Cardinals. The last series between the Cardinals and Twins was around this time of the year in 2021 when the Cardinals took 2 of 3. First pitch tonight is set for 6:45 with our coverage beginning at 5:50. For the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, I'm Matt Pauley.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. All right, so Cubs lose last night in Wrigley, 6-5 to the surging Cincinnati Reds. Who'd have thunk it? Cincinnati? I know. Trade deadline today at 5. What's going to happen? Anybody? Cardinals are going to trade some more people. Names you're probably familiar with. There have been rumors even for Nolan Arenado. I don't think that's going to happen, but there were talks with the Dodgers. And apparently the Phillies wanted Paul Goldschmidt. And I think the Cardinals listened to everything, but I think Cardinals said, okay, if you give me that, your house, and Liberty Bell, plus $1 zillion in cash, maybe. So nobody was willing to do all that. And I think the Cardinals wanted like 4 pitching prospects from the Dodgers. And the Dodgers always have pitching. Anyway, Arenado Goldschmidt is going to stay put, I think. But right now, who knows? It's topsy-turvy. This will be the second losing season, unless the Cardinals win $1 million in a row, the second losing season this century. So it's unfamiliar waters, very uncomfortable. Cardinals are just used to winning all the time. All right, that's about it. We will be checking our weather now one more time with our meteorologist, Greg Solier.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity, pretty much par for the course. Early August weather, welcome to the new month. Temperatures right around seasonal norms for the foreseeable future and some intermittent rainfall chances as well. Signs of a little bit of a cooler and wetter scenario building into the area here late next week and beyond. In the meantime, mostly sunny for the day today. High temperature up around 86 degrees and a light east wind. Increasing clouds tonight will bottom out at 62. Tomorrow there may be an isolated shower thunderstorm around both morning and into the later afternoon. Spotty coverage high around 81. Tomorrow night, a couple of widely spaced showers and thunderstorms and a low down to 66. And a partly sunny, more humid Thursday. Got a couple of widely spaced showers and thunderstorms morning and late afternoon. Highs up to 88. We'll get close to 90 on Friday. Settle back into the low to mid 80s for the weekend. A couple of spotty showers expected and pleasant weather expected here for early next week with daytime temperatures in the lower 80s. Overnight readings down into the lower 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Illini family, this is Josh Whitman. Illinois football is coming off its best season in more than a decade, which makes this the perfect time for you to join us at Memorial Stadium. Single game tickets are now on sale with special preseason prices. From now until August 7th, tickets will be the lowest you'll see all season long, and that is our family first promise. Don't miss out on big games like Penn State, Wisconsin, and Nebraska. Get your tickets at fightingillini.com before August 7th. ILL.
Illini pizza fans at Jets Pizza, they know how to build the perfect pizza. Detroit style is one of them. Fresh made dough pressed into steel pans inspired by the Motor City. Topped with premium mozzarella, Mama Jet's secret sauce, fresh toppings, then baked to the thickest, crispiest, cheesy crunch. Jets is Detroit style pizza. Now build your perfect 3-topping large pizza for just $16.99. You pick your favorite 3 toppings and build the perfect Jets Pizza. A large 3-topping pizza, just $16.99. Online code TOP3. Jets Pizza. Better because it has to be.
All right, so I'll say that the St. Louis Cardinals will trade Jack Flaherty and Paul DeJong. I'm hoping it's not Nolan Gorman. I think it's hard to trade a guy that's 23 years old that might hit 40 home runs for you. That's a big giveaway. I wouldn't do Nolan Gorman. I wouldn't do Jordan Walker. I guess no Lars Nootbaar. They love Lars. I think he's very good. And young, still very, very young and very affable and great community guy. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. The Cardinals will look different by tonight. 5 o'clock is the trade deadline, and this is as active as the Cardinals will be in some time. So there's that. All right, the boys this afternoon, Lon and Derek this afternoon on from 3 to 5 at the 3 o'clock hour, replayed in the 5 o'clock hour. This fall, Jay Lehman is back with his hour. We're going to put him at 3 o'clock, and then we'll replay at 5 o'clock, so you get 2 hours of Jay Lehman on Monday. Still working on some football and basketball players that will be on weekly with us as well in our NIL quest to jump into the pool and pay some money for stuff like that. So it's the new era, the new age. But we had Luke Goody all last season, and I think Luke Goody's a really good basketball player. They got hurt in that secret scrimmage with Kansas, all of that. Anyway, we'll be excited 31 days from now to be tailgating a 6:30 kickoff with Toledo on Labor Day weekend. September 2 is the first game. Anyway, Diane will be back tomorrow. Ed Martin, Brother Johnny, highlight our Wednesday program. We shall return then. Thank you, friends, for listening. Our Stever tomorrow will be Curtis Orchards. Curtis Orchard is an amazing place. We'll be giving out money to go shop there. I'm Stevie J. Thanks for listening. Have a great Tuesday, August 1.
Hey, Class A CDL drivers. Gail Frericks Trucking wants to invite you to join our team and get a taste of what it's like to work with a team that cares about you, your home time, and your professional growth, as well as your paycheck. This is Operations Manager Donna Onstott inviting you to join us as we continue building the company you would have started if you knew then what you know now. Gail Frericks Trucking. Call 765-793-7131 today. Our drivers are pre-dispatched, make a guaranteed minimum gross pay of $1,200 per week, have paid vacations and benefits, and are home every weekend and sometimes during the week for quality family time. Our openings are limited, so don't miss your opportunity with the top-paying trucking company in the area, Gail Frericks Trucking. Call 765-793-7131 today. The days are getting longer, and our customers are booking us up with freight. Gail Frericks Trucking, 765-793-7131, or email timo@gftlog.com.
It's Emily Atkins. She owns something called Happy Healing. Tell me about what you have planned coming up.
September 9th, we have our spiritual spa day. We have 3 wellness practitioners coming. We have Brenda, who does sound bowl healings with crystal bowls, Drea, who does facials, and we have Emily, who does massages. So we'll be selling tickets, and so you'll have a half hour of each, and then I'll be there and we can make candles too. You can go to the website, happyhealing.us.
What kind of bedside manner would you like your doctor to have? At Roof Doctors, they make sure you feel good about what they can do for you. They make sure they answer all of your questions and feel comfortable about whatever procedure your roof needs. Roof Doctors has helped customers for over 30 years. Randy and Tammy have helped make lives better in our community with their generosity and kindness. Roof Doctors is the company you can trust if you need anything done on your roof. Roof Doctors in Urbana, they make you their #1 priority.
Hey, all you backyard chefs and barbecue gurus. Barbecue season is here, and I know that you're anxious to fire up that smoker or grill, but your yard needs mowed. Yes, your wife is getting hangry, but that grass isn't going to cut itself. What's an aspiring pitmaster going to do? Get the world's fastest mower, a Dixie chopper from Dedicated Diesel in Urbana. They carry a full line of Dixie choppers from the Z2 and beautiful Eagle residential models up to the big Excalibur and classic commercial machines that can mow nearly 8 acres an hour. Get your Dixie Chopper at Champaign-Urbana's only dealer, Dedicated Diesel, at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. This is award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt, and whether I'm cooking low and slow or hot and fast, I always have time to savor the flavor because my mowing time is cut down by Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest mower. Get your Dixie Chopper at Champaign-Urbana's only dealer, Dedicated Diesel, at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. 217-328-0562.
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at PDRauto.com. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
BMW, Buick, GMC, Honda, and Subaru. Welcome to Sarah Champagne. We can handle all your car repairs on site, including paintless dent repair, bumpers, windshields, everything in between. We have an amazing selection of new or pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Shop from home and buy online or reserve your vehicle before it hits our website or dealership. Sarah Champagne is home of the Sarah One Price Promise, delivering an honest and transparent buying experience. Hurry in or shop online at sarahchampagne.com.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.